If you know me, I talk about After Effects all the time. And an effect that I love to use the most, maybe possibly overuse, is the text typing effect. Today we're gonna do a quick tutorial on how to do that effect super easily in After Effects. And it's actually really cool with this effect, you're able to not only do that, but have multiple effects within this tutorial. So stay tuned as we go through it. So to kick off this video, what we're gonna do is open up our After Effects and create a new composition. So this composition doesn't have to be anything fancy. I'm just gonna make mine 1080p, 25 frames a second, and duration of 6 seconds. Now our first step, once we get into this window, is to create our text layer. So I'm gonna go up to our text tool and just type in, let's do unmarked. Oh. Bam, awesome. I'm also gonna center that with our align on the side here. And the workspace, if you wanted to follow along, I'm in all panels. Now the next step we're going to do is just add our effects. So if we hit the little arrow on the side of our text layer, it'll come up with text and transform. And you'll see across from text is actually another one that says animate. Now if you click that little arrow next to animate, you'll see a whole bunch of effects options. We're actually just going to use character offset, but we might do another video about the other ones in another video. So if we click character offset, you'll see you have a whole bunch more options. I'm also gonna add one more thing. Right next to animator 1, you'll see add, and we're just going to add opacity. Awesome, so those are the only two things you need to remember: character offset and opacity. Now if we click opacity, we're just gonna take that down to 0, and you'll see that your text starts to disappear. But don't worry, it'll come back once we click range selector and start making a keyframe. So if we go to just 0 on our timeline and just go to start, and I'm gonna create a keyframe from start, and make sure your start is on 0. And then I'm going to go to 1 and then create another keyframe at 100. So now you'll see your text does come back, and if we play that through from 0 to 1, you have your text appearing. However, it's appearing as just a fading one character in at a time, which is pretty cool, but in this instance, we want to create a type effect. So I'm actually going to go down to advanced just under range selector. And if you see the one smoothness, we're actually gonna take that down to 0. And then now if we play it back, it will actually be more of a type effect, which is really cool. So that's pretty much all you need to do to create this effect. A few things that you can do on top of this is, one, make it a little bit more random. So if you didn't want to do just the same plain type text in, we can actually go to just 3 options below smoothness. If you click randomize order, it will actually make it come in at a randomized order instead of from A to B, which is pretty cool, like so. As well as we can also, when we have a sentence, we can even change it to come in word for word rather than characters. So if we also just type a little bit more stuff. So I'm gonna type in unmarked social make films. Cool, so now if we go down, or if we play it, it looks something like that, which is pretty cool. But we can also go down, and if you go to advanced and it says based on, if we change that to words, you'll see that our sentence just comes in word for word, which is pretty sick. Or we could even do line by line. So if we just separate our text like so, we can come in line by line. So this is super awesome to help speed up your process. If you do have maybe a whole paragraph and you want it to come in line by line, this is something that's super easy rather than creating each individual text layers for each individual line. So that's it for this tutorial. Hopefully it gives you a good base to start creating cooler text in After Effects. If you have any questions, let us know in the comments below, or if you end up making any effect like this, shoot it over to Unmarked Social's Instagram. We would love to check it out. If you want to check out a good movie, check this one out. and we'll see you soon.